cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. I cut it a little short tonight, okay? Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, along with Boyd Polamus and Andy Seiler. I love when we get to a Super Series number 3 performance because we give away a guitar, we give away money. It sets them up. You either get to go home or they get to hang around for the big bucks.
Yeah, and whenever you're in a Super Series, your number one goal, if you can, is to sweep it. What does that mean? To win every round of a Super Series. We haven't done that in a year and a half, but tonight there's a bull rider by the name of Trevor Rice who could do it. He won the first round with an 86.5-point ride. What did he do in round number 2? He came back 86.5 again. So I pulled him to the side. I said, Trevor, why are you riding so good at Rodeo Houston?
My wife, she went to the Houston merch booth and she bought a bunch of stuff. So she told me I got to ride good to pay for it.
So that's motivation, Randy. That's motivation.
Well, there's a young man in the bareback riding that is super motivated. Dean Thompson has won over $5,000, and this ride that he made in round number 1 on a horse called Forgetfully Nelly, where he was 88 points, I'm telling you what, it is one of the best rides we've seen this year at Rodeo Houston. And the reigning world champ, if you were sleeping on his talent and ability, you better wake up because he's going to be a giant.
Yeah, it's no dozing anymore. I wonder who the 4th member of our broadcast team might have her eye on. Janie Johnson, who you looking at?
Well, Boyd, first off, it's going to be an incredible night here at Rodeo Houston. Lauren Daigle is here, ready to take the star stage in just a couple of hours. But I'm looking at the tie-down roping. That's how we're kicking things off. The 2-time and reigning world champion Riley Webb, he came out and broke the barrier in round 1. Well, last night, he got the round win. He is feeling amazing. I talked to him out back. Him and his horse, Rudy, they're on top of their game, and they're going to go for a round win again. They are past champions here at Rodeo Houston. Can they get it done again this year?
Well, that's a great pick, and we will see him rather quickly because we do start with that contest. The tie-down roping is on the menu first tonight, sponsored by Boot Barn. He just talked to you about Riley Webb, Rodeo Houston champ, back-to-back world champ. And between him and Corey Solomon, those two guys look solid. But the other 6 guys are going to be in a dogfight for the last 2 spots. Right now, Costa and Douch have the edge. We'll see if that's how it ends up. Let's start with our first cowboy to go.
Big time. Douch. Huntsville, Texas. Close to home. Big man on the ground. Nobody's any faster. Watch his hands. Woohoo! Hey, hey, boys, the pressure is on. 9-7.
I don't know if you can be more efficient. I mean, the loop barely goes on the head of the calf. Everything comes together right at the 50-yard line. So at 9-7 on a hard-running calf, that's a strong run for the young man that was raised and trained by Joe Beaver when it comes to everything he did inside the arena.
Yeah, he's a great kid, too. One of those guys that the minute you meet him, you like him. Let's turn to Bryce Durr, Portales, New Mexico. 23 years old. He was 4th in the first round and finished 6th last night. He's only won $1,000 so far. So it'd be wise to try to go for the win. And right now, you just don't know what that time has to be. For the time being, it's 9-7. So 9-6. Well, the man from the land of enchantment, he got him caught in the money spot. He caught him early enough, but maybe too early. You see the penalty flashing. He's going to break the barrier. He didn't give this calf the required head start. Now, it's not a judgment call. You can tell how the contraption was tripped, whether the calf tripped it or the horse tripped it. But if you're Bryce and you're second to go and you don't feel like you want enough money, you got to take a chance and run at that barrier.
Well, if you don't, you know you're going to fall into the abyss, and he didn't want that. Two-time and reigning world champion Riley Webb. As Janie pointed out, breaks the barrier in round number one. Most people would be really, really nervous. Not Riley. Just regroup, come back in round two, and give us an 8-4. That $3,000, Bobby T has him in prime real estate to try and advance.
I like the way you say prime. It is. I don't know if you could come up with a nickname for him, but I'd have to say focused. I have never seen him out of line. Quick to smile, quick to throw it. Oh, did he handle it slack well? Did that horse work perfect? Get out of the way, boys. Woohoo! Add to it, Andy.
Think about this. At 8-2, this young man is only 21 years of age, and he already has 2 gold buckles. He's got at least a decade and a half in front of him. There is no telling the peaks that Riley Webb can reach.
He could rewrite the record books without a doubt. Well, now, if you need to win the round to win enough money to move on, because as we said, Riley and Corey Solomon looked pretty good when we started today with the money they had won. If you're Garrett Elmer and you've been 10-6 and 10-3, you know what you have to do now, and that's a tall order. 8.1 is what he's going to be gunning for. 24-year-old cowboy. Columbia River Circuit Finals. He won $11,000 in San Antonio a month ago. Needs $3,000 tonight. Elmore fires. Stays in the stirrup. Blanks. Gathers and one little bobble there. Now 10-8. Going to be a tough day at the office for the Okie.
Well, he's going to keep his calf standing, and that'll help you when you get there to make the tie. But that little horse did not just bank it in the ground. He just kind of eased it up, choppy stop. And that kept the calf standing as well. Chet, you're wide open, Chet, with no money won. Just go get you a go-round. And don't try to be 8-1, be 8 flat.
I like that. I was fixing to say, hold on, Bobby. He needs to be 8-1. He needs to win the round. He hasn't collected a check yet. He was long, had a no time, so we need to win the go-round here.
And don't bet against him. He won a round in Fort Worth with an 8-5. So it's clearly in his skill set to make that happen for the 24-year-old from out in London, Texas. 16-8, night number 1. No time, night number 2, and that's why it's imperative that he's 8-1 or faster just to give himself a prayer.
Love to watch the ears on these horses.
Yeah. Look at his eyes.
Berg forward, waiting for that left hand to drop. Once he nods, he'll drop his left hand, gauging his horse, letting him know when to go. Calf takes a step off to the right, has to get him up on all 4, and he will be a little bit longer than he needed to be at 10-1. It is his best run of the Super Series, but that will likely be the end of Chet this year at Rodeo Houston.
I don't think.
Okay, folks, before we go to our next cowboy, this is going to be Tom Krause. And we asked him, does it matter where you go in the lineup as we get a no time officially for Chet? Where you run?
I don't want to be first, but I kind of like towards the middle, so I can watch a few guys go and make a game plan on what I need to do.
What you need to do matters so much. And at 1250, as we try to project where we need to be, he needs at least another $1,500 or $2,000 in order to give himself a shot. So second place is worth $2,000, Bobby T. So he needs to be faster than 9 and 7.
Oh, boys, 2 swings and he's to him. I don't know if he just got out. I hope he did. Get him up. Now you got her.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, 8-4.
Andy nailed it. Oh, did he break it? Broke the barrier. Andy told you he had to be faster than 9.7. He was going to do that. See how close that is, folks? And again, it's not a judgment call. You can tell by the way it functions whether the calf broke it. Oh, on it. That was exactly what he needed to do, too.
Well, these barriers are leaving the door open for our final 2 who've already gotten some good checks, Boyd.
Yeah, it's making it a little bit easier on him, isn't it? So Marcus Costa comes in. He's won $2,750. Basically, what he needs to do is finish 5th or better. Well, 5th right now is 20.5. 4th is 18.4. If he's faster than 18.4, he's going to go up to $3,500 in earnings and look really good to advance. So that's all he has to do is be faster than 18.4, and he'll have a great shot of moving on. World champion from Brazil, 2017 champ. What happened?
Rope. I thought it broke. It just,
Nope.
I think the left front leg stepped on that loop, Boyd, and pulled it right over the top of that calf.
Yeah, I thought it might have broke first too, but I don't think so. I think the calf pulls the loop open with his foot. Yeah, he pulls it open with his foot, the left rear, and that makes it able. Wow, what a tragedy. Well, actually, Marcus is still sitting top 3 in money won right now.
Somebody go down there to the catch pen and tell that calf he just cost that guy a lot of money.
He's still smiling, though. Corey Solomon, $3,000 winner of round 1. He's already made it, so he can be aggressive.
Yeah. Actually, Garrett Elmore right now is projected to advance with 2,500. Won't happen. This guy's already got 3,000. He might as well go for the win. He's from Prairie View, Texas. He is our neighbor. Won the first round with a 9-3. And he rolls that calf over like that to secure the tie. At 14-2, he'll end up with 3rd place money. But rolling that calf all the way over was one way to secure the fact that the calf wouldn't kick free.
It normally works that way. Pretty interesting night. We went clear into the number 6 man before we had to do it. There's the bite on the pig and string. There's John with the look that he knew he was going to be in the money to come back. The champion of the world reached a long ways for him. The horses tonight did all the work they needed to do, Andy. Pretty good roping.
But at the end of it all, as they watched the disappointment on athletes that didn't advance, and the befuddled world champion, past Rodeo Houston champ, John Douch is one of the advancers, along with Webb, Solomon, and Costa. Cream rises to the top for the tie-down ropers. And here's a man who's familiar with a guitar, Riley Webb, the champion of Super Series number 3. I love it.
Oh, that's so uncharacteristically not him. Boot Barn brought you the tie-down roping. Somebody, that was a bet he was trying to win.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Get ready, everybody. The bareback riding will be next.
Hey folks, if you're 21 or older, pledge to Rodeo responsibly as the Miller Lite designated driver. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Thank you to Cavender's Boot City. Not only did they bring you our national anthem salute, but they're also sponsoring our hardworking arena crew. They're down in the dirt, on the chutes, making it all work behind the scenes. That's a hardworking bunch, folks, and we're proud to have them, glad to have them. Thank you to Cavender's Boot City.
Well, some of us enjoy having captions. They are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. We're going to make it easy for you. Just point your camera to the QR code on the center screen, and it'll get you directly there.
Hey, look up at the video screens. It's the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam, and it's bringing out the Wild West in you. You are looking good. No, you got to look up at the video screens. Oh, don't be embarrassed. This is fun. Looking good, guys.
Check that view out. That's what it looks like outside NRG Stadium. You don't think Texas is beautiful? It's gorgeous in Houston in March, that's for sure. The rigging riding, the bareback riding, the most physically demanding event, and it's brought to you by Chevron. So far, so good. Andy talked about the world champion in his opening. This Dean Thompson, he is a man on fire. The reigning world champion bareback rider. But look out for your Texas Cowboy Bradley Miller. He's #1 in the world, and he's going to put some heat on him. Let's start. Colton Clemens, Blackfoot, Idaho. NFR bucking horse called Zaka Kabitz. An NFR horse from the Calgary Stampede. Blackfoot, Idaho, fighting it out.
He is
Now,
making his...
excuse me, Andy. I just want to make a point. In the timed events, it's easy. You know it's a race against the clock. How they get their scores in the rough stock events is a little more difficult to understand. It's 1 to 50 points on the horse, 1 to 50 points on the cowboy. Okay, so half of it comes from the horse, half of it comes from the cowboy, and Colton Clemens gets us started with a 77.
On the back of the bucking chutes here with Bradley Miller, who's getting his horse ready. But Bradley, you actually competed here in the mutton busting when you were only 4 years old. Now you're here on the big stage. How do the experiences compare?
It is. It's a same experience, but a different level. It's a full circle.
It definitely is. And even more full circle, the horse you have tonight's name is Big Time in Houston. What do you expect from this horse right here?
We're going to have a big time in Houston.
I love it. Congratulations. Best of luck to you.
Thank you much.
Cooper Cook of Victor, Idaho, with an awkward start on a horse called Gauged Logic. Young man's already won 4,500, but we'll teach you up a little bit, okay? When a horse comes out backwards, you're going to see those orange flags on the ground. They're going to say the animal did not give the cowboy a fair start to his ride, and they'll offer him a re-ride.
By rule, that horse has to turn out to the right. And because the horse turned out to the left, he could either take his score, which is going to be 77 points, or opt for the re-ride, which is exactly what I expect Cooper Cook to do. Gauged Logic was a little confused on the way out.
The number 34 man in the standings of the PRCA is from not far from here, Hillsboro, Texas, Chad Rutherford. Now, from McNeese State University and Hill College, He may have drawn one of the best bred horses a Calgary Stampede has ever had, called Welcome Delivery. On the mare's side, Zippy Delivery as a mom. The Graded Coconut on the stallion side. Oh, pretty right down the middle. He is gapped open and setting his feet hard tonight, Andy.
Best ride he's made this week, Bobby T, and it's when he needed it the most. He needs to try and win this go-round to advance. 83.5 for Rutherford. He's on an upward trend. We'll have to see if that's enough.
Now, Boyd told you a minute ago, it's half for the horse, half for the man.
And Cooper Cook is going to turn down the re-ride, so keep going.
Well, what's he sitting there with money one? He's sitting there with 6,000 right now projected. Right. You can hear the talking going on here. Going now to Jacob Lees, Caldwell, Idaho. Finished third last night with an 82. Got a young horse. This horse is only 5 years old, y'all. That's about as young as you'll take him to a rodeo at the age of 5. Clint Lay had this horse, scored 84.5 on him in Canada. Grand Slam, baby, at the Calgary Stampede. Let it fly, Jacob Lees. Guy's having another great year. He's number 11 in the world standings when we come into this rodeo tonight. And might have had his best ride of the week. We'll find out. Nope, a point off. 81 points for Jacob. That's to put him in the number 2 spot.
Very interesting with that roll of tape in his left hand. Kind of like a lucky rock. In about 6 seconds, he threw it down, or it threw itself down. Tim O'Connell. Here's a superstar. At 30 plus years old, 3-time champion of the world. He started off as a rookie back in 13. 3 times he's won the average in Las Vegas. And he's been to the big show out west 10 different times. This horse called Bourbon, for those of you that like a sip. They have been 85 on this horse at the NFR, 79.5 in San Antonio. Jake Finlay was in the bronc riding on him at San Antonio. Yeah. Now Timo. Click, click, click. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to say anything about Timo, you got to say he's polished. He's healed, he's well, and watch him spur.
I agree, Bobby T. He is healthy once again, which is a great sign for Tim. Might be a bad sign for some of the others, but 78.5 will cut his trip to H-Town a little short, but you won't meet a finer human being. Let's pay off that 3-time world champion. From a 3-time world champ, we take you to the reigning world champion, Dean Thompson of Altamont, Utah. He's been 88 and 85. He's only $500 short of a sweep. Bailey horse called Papa Top. And Jacob Lees, who you've already seen, was 85 on at the National Western in Denver.
Look at all the buddies trying to help him. They're tugging on that horse's mane. Make that horse think about something else other than this guy running his hand into the rigging. Thompson has won first or split first in each of the first 2 rounds. And you talk about having a wicked good NFR. He did. Papa Top from the Bailey Company. A 6-time NFR bucket horse from the Bailey string. And everything this guy's touching so far is turning to gold. Can he have that same kind of magic in round number 3? 81.5. Gonna punch him up to the number 2 spot. So Dean Thompson having a good week.
All right, let's see where there might be a spoiler in the bunch, and it could be Donnie Prophet. comes from Diamondville, Wyoming. Now, this Palomino horse he's about to get on, called Blasting Sands of the Calgary Stampede. Rocker Steiner was 88 points at the NFR on this horse. Cole Reiner's been 80 plus. Tristan Hansen, 86 the other day at San Antonio. So if you go back, that's December. December's the second time. And 2 weeks ago, horse is fresh. Oh boy! Look at the kick, look at the foul. No!
Oh, I know it's going to be a no score, guys, but you can't fault this guy on his try.
No.
He knew he needed to win the go round, and he was trying to spur with every ounce of energy he had. Clock says 7.54, so it's going to be a no score. No score for Donnie. Ouch. He's going to feel that in the morning.
So, Bradley Miller, how do you stay positive and always have a smile on your face?
I love what I do. I do take this sport seriously, but you got to have fun while you're doing it. It's a dangerous sport, but it's a fun one, and I enjoy it.
To rematch, he had this horse in San Antonio, was 86 and a half. He's got to be more than 78 and a half to advance. He's got $1,500 won. He's got to finish in the top 5. 78 and a half or better, I don't think that's a problem. That is the #1 ranked bareback rider in the world, a standout at Sam Houston State University in Huntsville, where he rode for them at the College National Finals. And folks, Bradley Miller has just won the round. 85 points for the #1 bareback rider in the land.
Happy camper, great speaker, mind right, body absolutely perfect. 85 coming in here, get another 3,000. You can do all of that. But it's all based on money won as we talk about it.
Whether you tape that arm up to get ready as the horses prepare to do battle, you see just how much centrifugal force is on the end of your arm. You try to keep the rhythm and the timing that comes with this dance we call bareback riding. When it doesn't work out, it is a pain you will feel for days and years to come. Papa Top, Dean Thompson, you are advancing with 6,500, followed by Cook, Miller, and Rutherford. But your champion of Super Series 3, it's Dean Thompson flipping it around. Congratulations, winning the bareback ride. Thank you to Chevron for bringing it to us.
Don't move an inch. 2 by 2 when we return with the Team Ropers at Rodeo Houston.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
It's autograph time at the Fan Zone. It's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. I want you to meet our Rodeo Houston athletes, the bullfighters. There's Leon Coffey, Rodeo Royalty, and more. Sections 103 and 124.
We would love to have you at NRG Stadium for every performance and every concert. We realize that that's probably not possible. But the good news is you don't have to miss a day because the Space City Home Network, the Cowboy Channel, and our friends at Telemundo are bringing you every performance of Rodeo Houston. Did I say Telemundo? Yes, I did. Enrique and Luis, hola, mi amigos.
Hola amigos, saludos. Gracias por acompañarnos aquí en el NRG Stadium. Le recordamos para seguirnos aquí en Telemundo, Texas. Descarguen su aplicación. Estamos aquí con toda la acción en español.
Coming up in team roping, it looks like we have a tight battle for the #4 spot with the team of Coleman Proctor and Logan Medlin in the driver's seat, who finished in second in round 1 and took round 2 last night with a 5-7. Buena suerte a todos.
Back inside NRG Stadium, the Young Guns are in the audience. Everybody's having fun at Rodeo Houston. They're going to enjoy this too, Team Ropey. And it is brought to you by Corral Handcrafted Boots. Luis just talked about the hottest hot shots. They are Coleman Proctor and Logan Medlin. Won the first round with a 5-7, second in the second round with a 5-9. They've already won 10 bills since they got to town, but they're right. It's going to be a fight to get in that top 4. That last spot is going to be interesting to watch.
Don't break a barrier. Try to catch both hind feet. Mitchell and Dennison. Dennison and Mitchell, Iowa, Louisiana, and Bolivar, Tennessee. Young man at the head end at the age of 26. He's been to our big show in Las Vegas last December. Here you go. The healer. Oh, look at their gray horses. That's not going to work right there. Good night, Irene.
Oh, shucks. He was trying to dally on the heel side, but lost his rope, so it'll be a no time. But in rolls the number 1 team in the world. There it is. You can see where he was trying to get that dally. They are Dustin Eguskiza and Levi Lord. They've won $8 grand, so they're already advancing. They've won enough. But when you're number 1 in the world and you're chasing your first world title, it's time to get greedy. Good steers, strong start. Mr. Lord wraps it up. 5-3, and the gauntlet has been thrown.
Can anybody throw a head loop harder and farther than Dustin? I don't think so. Just amazing. Well, now we've got a bar to shoot at with a 5-3. Let's go to the Bray boys from Stephenville, Texas, Erath County. That would be one Wyatt Bray on the right of your screen. He's the header at 24 years of age. That would be one Peyton Bray. He's the healer at 26. Peyton's been to the national finals 3 times. 2020, he won the NFR championship. Now, so far, not a lot has gone right for these guys. They had a no time in the first round, bit a barrier last night, so they've only won $500 coming in. So basically, they're gunning for faster than 5-3. Yeah, and when you have to take Hail Marys, sometimes they work, but oftentimes they do not. Tough luck for Wyatt and Peyton. They will not be advancing to a semifinal.
Nothing is ever wide open in the team roping until it's over. And we can give you all the predictions in the world, but we know Eguskiza and Lord are at $14,000 right now. That's pressure for the rest of them. T-Wade, let's see where Tyler's going to go with this, and Wesley Thorpe, one of the greatest all-time healers in the world. Oh, he is 3-time and defending world champion. 5-8, boys. It's right behind the hammer.
So smart. They just get another check. They see the 2 no times. They don't panic. They know what it takes to advance. Knock another one down at 5-8. Sharp shooting. Clay Smith and Colby Payne, the number 2 team in the world. Smith from Broken Bow, Oklahoma, the 2-time world champion on the head side. He's been to the national finals rodeo on 10 different occasions. $2 million to his name. They've won 3,000 as a team, so a little bit more is needed. At 5'8", if they could get just above that, put them in a lot better spot to take one more leap towards that $65,000 payday.
And they've roped the leg twice. That's been the biggest surprise of this Super Series and the team roping for me, because Colby roped so good. He went to his first NFR last year. That's Clay, the 2-time world champion header. But they placed 4th twice. That's how they got to 3,000. But as Andy pointed out, 5'8" or better would be really good if they could. And they can, so they will. Well, it's going to be a little longer, but it might give them a shot, depending upon how other things shake out. 6 and 3 on the run for Smith and Payne.
That'll hold them third at the moment on money one at 5,000. That's respectable. All right, Coleman Proctor, Logan Medlin. Names you need to know if you're going to be a team roping enthusiast. That's Coleman Proctor in the red shirt on the right of your screen. Second generation NFR qualifier. What a healer this man is as well. I'm going to give him the same credit. He's just younger. Logan Medlin at 33, behind a 39-year-old header. They've got the money one to be safe. Why not just go for the go-round? I can do that. Fives, boys. Ooh, my Lord, did he reach.
Woo! They both threw Hail Marys, didn't they, Andy? Oh, my gosh.
Your typical team rope is about 35 feet long, and I think there was 68 foot of rope out between the two of them. Holy mackerel.
Well, they may not win the guitars, but they took a shot at a big chunk of cash. Either way, you will see Proctor and Medlin in the semifinals as we give way to Cody Snow and Hunter Coke. Now, what have they done? 3,000. So they got to be better than Smith and Payne, who have won 5. So that means faster than 10-2, I think. Oh, they'll do that and much more. They're gonna, if they're clean, they'll punch their ticket. Oh, they did rope a leg. 9 and 5. Still, I think that places them 4th. And nope, they're just gonna miss it by $500. Snow and Cook 500 shy where they needed to be to advance.
Final team of Devin Johnson and Cody Lansing. They must win the round. 5 and 3 leads the round, so they need to be 5 and 2 in order to bump Smith and Payne. Permit Finals champ on the heel side. Devin of Red Oak, Texas, the winner at Nacogdoches and Crockett, Texas. Tosses it out. Quick heel shot needed. And a little too much time to get the ropes tight. At 6 and 4. We will get him a paycheck, but it will not be enough to move on.
It was interesting on the heading side. He had an extra coil on his horn. Let it slide, then took it to the left. Set him up to healing. We'll go back and look at it. Everybody had a good steer tonight. Coleman reach a mile. The purple rope with the sizzle behind the horns. There's the heel loop that makes the difference. Perfect at 2, and then you run out of full goodbye rope. Woo! Disappointment in what you have seen, done, and participated in. But $14,000. Esquisita and Lord, they're number 1 in the world. That's going to just add on to it. Here we go. Can they play a guitar? Lord on the left, Dustin on the right. Oh, that's a new band coming right there, guys. Brand new band. I want to say thank you to Corral Handcrafted Boots for making the team open happen.
Get on the edge of your seat. The classic event of bronc riding is up when we come back.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
One of the best vantage points of anyone watching this rodeo comes from right behind our bucket chutes. We call them the chute seats, presented by Chenier. And that is a great-looking group of people that are watching an excellent rodeo on a Wednesday night. Enjoy those chute seats.
Well, they're looking down on this gentleman right here, as we say, our arena crew. Talented folks working the gate chutes and equipment. They are sponsored by Cavender's Boot City.
Food. One of the best reasons to come to Rodeo Houston. The food.
See, I told you they had big buckets of popcorn.
Buttered popcorn. They got big buckets of beer, too. I don't think it's buttered, but it tastes like it is. Make sure you catch our spectacular drone show every Saturday and Sunday night at 8 p.m. We'll be lighting up the sky over NRG Arena. That's each weekend, Saturday and Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Brought to you by Exxon Mobil.
But inside NRG Stadium, our contestants have been putting on a show, including the Saddle Bronc riders. Energy Transfer, our partner for this classic event. Colby Wanchuk has been stacking up checks. 2 good rides. Puts him in the driver's seat of Super Series number 3. Followed by Hay, Anderson, and Brooks. This is a very, very loaded field of Saddle Bronc riders.
Loaded with 3 Canadians right on the top. We've got 4 rematches in this group of horses tonight. And as you just mentioned, Colby Wanchuk got the $4,000 one ahead of the rest of the pack. Watch this horse called Don't See You. This is a young mare at the age of 9. She got a little wild step. Oh, no.
Wow.
No.
I'm sorry, that was just a natural reaction. Wouch.
Wouch?
Don't spell it.
Yeah, well, it's the combination of the word wow and the word ouch. I don't think it's in Webster's dictionary, but if we could show them what just happened to Colby, it'd probably get there, because that was a wouch.
I'm behind the buck and shoots here with Ben Anderson. He's getting his horse Xena Warrior ready. And Ben, you've had Xena a handful of times. How electric is this ride about to be?
Yeah, it's about to be pretty good. This little horse likes to win in the box. She's kind of hard to get out on, but we're just going to try to win out there in the arena where it matters.
In this Super Series, all of your traveling partners, you guys are all entered here together, competing against each other. How fun is that here at Houston?
Yeah, it's an absolute blast. We do good here at Houston together, and we vibe off each other. And Q-Dog last night actually broke his saddle, so he's in a brand new saddle, and he's ready to go to work.
You haven't even ridden yet, and you're already cheering on your buddies. Best of luck to you, Ben.
Thanks, Janie.
Here is the aforementioned Q-Dog. I did not know that was his nickname, but I'm keeping it.
Easy to remember.
I don't think I'm going to use it on him.
Borderline untimely. That is the horse underneath him, the 11-year-old bay mare from the Calgary Stampede. Lefty Holman had this horse twice. He was 86 at Calgary and 85 at Pendleton. And this 23-year-old who just won Homestead needs another check, fellas.
He was 83 in his first one. That was good enough for 4th. 75.5 last night. Just a small check. Let's go, Q Taylor. Nanton, Alberta, Canada. Look at him turn his toes out. Remember, we talked about this in the bareback riding, where half the score comes from the horse for how hard he is to ride, and half the score from the cowboy for how well he rides. Well, how does a cowboy get more points? Turn your toes out when you set your feet at the front. When he throws his feet forward, he needs to turn them out. See those toes turned out? The judges are loving that. How about 82 points for Q Taylor? That's a great way to get us started on that one.
Now, Bob, you talked about 4 rematches. Here's the first.
Tanner Butner comes from Wyoming. He's in the top 30 in the world. But Tanner was 80.5 on this horse at San Antonio. This is a horse called Daunting News. Zeke Thurston was 82.5 at San Antonio. It's a Tiger Warrior, bred bucking horse. That was the first big stallion of note that the Calgary Stampede kept out of grated coconut. Ooh.
The blood. Horses are bred to buck like thoroughbreds are bred to run. Daunting News takes a ton of rain. Look at this horse. Put his nose down between his knees. So good job, Cowboy. One of the most important decisions a bronc rider makes is where do I grab the bronc rein? Because if I grab it too short, this horse is going to pull me over the top. If I grab it too long, I can't lift. You see how Daunte News is sticking his nose right between his knees each jump. That's taking a ton of rein from the Cowboy. It didn't bother him a bit. He just spurred his way to first. 85.5 for Wyoming.
Now Chase Brooks. He doesn't have to match that score, but he needs a top 3 finish to add to the 2,000 he's already won. Deer Lodge, Montana. The cowboy that comes from a ranching family out of the Big Sky country. Flash Watts, the name of the horse. He's been on this horse before, and they did not get along very well. They didn't break 70 points, so hopefully a fresh perspective helps.
And that was just a month ago in San Antonio, so I bet you Chase is bringing some of the knowledge from that first ride into this one.
Don't pull him over.
7-year-old mare. I want this horse to stand so that he can have his feet free for that first jump out.
Got a mash in his left leg. Oh, now he's got him up. Every time he goes to pull back on that rein to nod, that horse leans to the left again. He's going to take him. Now give old Ronnie good pony. Oh, get your boots moving. Now we know what happened the first time, maybe, Boyd.
Well, he got rocked into his riding arm. You're going to see he rides left-handed, and this horse, some way or another, gets him rocked over to the left-hand side. And when he gets over there to the left, he can't get his feet going in rhythm with the horse. So he's never really got his feet in rhythm with the way the horse is bucking. At least this one is about 10 points higher than the last time. 76.5 for Chase Brooks on old Flash Watts.
Originally from a little place called Davie, Florida. Andy can tell you about it. Now he lives in Desdemona, Texas. This is a third rematch. He's been 84 on this horse, and that happened right here 2 years ago in Houston. Since then, just 2 weeks ago, 85 points at San Antonio for Stadler Wright. Brody Kress was 85.5 at San Antonio.
This horse is desired by bronc riders. They want to get on Baby Kibitz. But just like Ben was forecasting that his horse is a little trouble in the box, Baby Kibitz is being a little trouble in the box as well. There's your money. It's looking pretty even right now. Butner, Wayne Chuck at 4,000. Taylor and Brooks at 3,000. And Diaz is coming in with only $1,000 won. So he's going to be gunning for that 85.5. He darn sure wants to be more than 82. Bobby T, you said they're inducting him into the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame next month, right?
That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. That'll happen in Fort Worth, Texas, mid-April. Thank you, Daryl Behrens, for the note. Yeah.
Circling around to the right, and that horse covering a little bit of ground, so it's going to be close.
And now watch where this horse holds its head. Compared to the last time we looked at where a horse held its head, see how this one kind of bobs his nose up and down? And that's why Isaac's rein is so short on that particular horse. But he did, there he is just bobbing his head up and down. Unfortunately, just not enough torque from that taco. 77 points for the Cowboy.
Next man you're going to see is Sage Newman. He's a two-time Houston champ. We asked him, why do you do so well here?
I love the atmosphere here in Houston. The horses are great, the crowd is electric, and it's just a great time here in Houston. One of my favorite rodeos of the year, for sure.
Looks like he's sitting in an easy chair.
Well, when you win a rodeo twice, it pays you close to $110,000 in total earnings from those two wins. Yeah, I'm going to play favoritism.
He could add another 65,000 to that.
Exciting bubbles of the Calgary Stampede. They were 87 on this horse at San Antonio.
And he needed this horse on this night. He hasn't won a dime since he got to town. If he wants to move on to the semifinals, He's got to win this round, and he just took the lead by a full point, 86.5, and Newman just got an invitation to hang around.
But don't look now, gentlemen, because here comes another Canadian on a Canadian horse, and it's a good one. Logan Hay and that National Finals mare, Bobby T.
Well, they've been 85.5, 86, 87. His brother's the one that was 87 at the NFR. This is Logan Hay, the oldest of the two.
Yeah, it's not exactly a rematch, but when you can call your younger brother and go, dude, you were 87 on this horse, what do I need to know?
Or just look in the passenger seat and go, hey.
Right.
Well, he's at $700,000 in U.S. earnings. This could give him a big jump. Logan at $3,500 coming in. Oh, there you go. Pull him over. There's 3 boys in this family. Their father, Roddy Hay, one of the superstars at Houston. And at the NFR, they just gave him a permanent number, I do believe. Here you go, Logan Hay. Weekend departure, perfect down the middle. Oh, everybody gets a good look at this. You talk about set your feet, jump and kick. This horse trying to kick the lights out in NRG Stadium.
If you're looking for faults, it's hard to find them. Cowboy's got his toes turned out. He is pushing that rein forward, bringing his chin to tuck it each jump of the way. We need to be 86.5, and they are saying he missed the horse out.
Didn't have his feet in contact with the animal the first jump out. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, well, he's still got $3,500 won, so he's sitting pretty. Here's Ben Anderson. We asked him if he ever met anybody famous while he was in Houston.
Yeah, I met Nickelback here once, and it was pretty cool. They pulled right back here, and I got to meet all the cast and the band, and got to talk to them boys, and that was pretty neat. And then I also met Cleed here one time, and I got to talk to him. So Houston's pretty good for that.
Hangs out with the famous folks. Bobby T, you did the research. This is the 4th time.
He's had this horse 3 times in a row. Number 4, Ben Anderson and Xena Warrior. He knows that he owns this horse. He's been 82, 85, and 87.5. Wow.
I know it's against the rules, but I swear on some rides you should just give the athlete the pencil. Let them write their own score because of how well they did. This is one of those moments. 89 points for Anderson.
So think about it, folks. In 32 seconds, that guy has been 82, 85, 87.5, and 89 on that horse. That horse is making him wealthy. The bronc ride, you lift on the rein. The old saying is the money's in the mane. The farther you can get your feet up into the mane of that horse, the more points your judges are going to give you. Of course, the first objective is to stay on. And when you don't, and even when you do, if the numbers aren't right, Ben is feeling it. Good job. Here are the 4 guys. Check this out, folks. Ben Anderson of Canada. Colby Wanchuk of Canada. Logan Hay of Canada. Oh, nice job, Ben. Tossed it in the air, caught it, and picked on it. Everybody likes watching cowboys having fun. Thank you to Energy Transfer for bringing us the bronc riding.
Stay with us. Steer Wrestling when we return in the Bayou City.
Okay, it's time for entertainer trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2025 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Also, put on your bucket list to visit the Fan Zone. Look at our rodeo royalty taking pictures with the fans. It's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You'll find two places you can go, 103 and 124. Also, while you're up there, you not only get an autograph and a picture, you see Rodeo Houston champion saddles up close at both locations.
Speaking of things to look up to, how about you look up to our screens? Yeah, that's the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam. We're creating memories and bringing the Wild West out at you and our buddy Leon Coffee. Oh, let's see what kind of crazy concoction we can bring to you on our Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam. Oh, you got to look up, ma'am. You got to look up at the screen. Somebody tell her.
Well, the sun may be down, but the lights are on. The crowd is large. And what a beautiful place to have a rodeo and steer wrestling. Now, when we talk about the luck of the draw in this event, it's going to be very important to get the final money. It's all sponsored by Mattress Firm. There's the big guy, Cash Rob. Everybody's talking about him, and they should have been talking about him for the last 2 years. Pull and throw them. 4s and 5s tonight, boys. Might not get all the money. 5,500. He's got a pretty good lead on him. Let's start with one of the youngsters.
An up-and-comer from Van, Texas. 25-year-old Holden Myers has won $500 twice. And traditionally, like we say, it takes about $3,000 to get out of your Super Series. So the son of a world champ, grandson of a world champ, who won Rosenberg, Texas to qualify to be here with us, needs to set the bar high for those to follow. Holden runs at the barrier line. Fleabit Gray puts him in position. 4.8. That is a very good start and the best run of the week for Holden.
That's a wake-up call for the rest of the field. He's not going to make it easy on you if you're going to beat him. That 4.8 would have won second yesterday, would have won first on our first night. Let's go to big old Tyler Mann from Humansville, Missouri, as opposed to Zombieville, right? Humansville, Missouri, the Show Me State. 25-year-old cowboy, 18-8 night 1, 6-6 night 2. No money yet. So he's got to go for the 4-7. It's that simple. He's got to run at that line. Hazer tries to move one over, and there you go. 5-6. And for the time being, that's second place money.
Well, that'll be his best time to be in the number 2 spot so far on 3 runs. They get a little taller with the next one. Here you go, 6'3" or 4, 250 to 255, Andy. That's what I'm putting Ty Erickson in at tonight. From 6'5", 240. Boyd, thanks for the fact.
He's built to do this. That's all we really have to say. He has been manufactured to do just this.
World champion 6 years ago, 2019.
He won round 8 with a 3-6 at the NFR. Big Ties, 117.50. And this former Rodeo Houston champion, he won it in 2022. Clocks in with a 5-1, and that'll move into second place for the Big Sky, Montana big man.
One of the best starts in the career of Brandon Harrison is this season. He's number 3 in the world. He won San Antonio, and he's thrown some pretty fast steers. You go back to November, in the stockyards of Fort Worth, he threw a steer at 3.8, and he's going to need that kind of time tonight.
Yeah, and boy, he broke our heart yesterday, remember? He was 4-3, but broke the barrier. This is a fan favorite. if you got to know him, you'd know why. Brandon, 35 years young.
Told us yesterday he does yoga to get ready to steer wrestle.
And I made the comment, I'm going to start that. I got 10 texts last night.
Yeah, and they all want to see a video of it.
No, I don't want to see a video of it.
I'm going to do it. I'm serious. Time to get healthy at my age. Be doing backflips next year for you. Oh, Brandon H. Right here, big guy slam.
Ow! Missed the nose, but torqued the right horn. Very few men could pull this off, folks. You usually need the nose of the steer to complete the throw, but he is going to glaze over the top of the nose and then just torque on that right horn. The right horn of the steer, watch. He goes to the nose, misses it, so he just grabs the right horn to finish the fall. Good job, Brandon. 5.1 on the run.
I'm just going to call him Yoga from now on. That'll be my man. We're not with Stetson Jorgensen. Idaho in a slide. Green. Oh, not a good ball.
Well, it gets tight, okay? There's supposed to be a pocket where you can get down, but watch right here. This steer is coming hard left, so the horse has to take a step over so that Stetson can get down. And he gets in a little bit of a speed jam there, and that's why that steer handles slowly on the back end.
He won 32.50 before we got here, so he's still looking really good to advance, even though this was not the time that he was hoping to end with, that's for sure. Let's go to Rowdy Parrott. Now, we were talking about Ty Erickson being 6'5", 240. The guy you just watched is 6 foot 220. The guy winning it is 5'10", 230. This guy's 5'11", 180. And folks, don't let it fool you. He's already a 4-time National Finals qualifier. That's our Super Bowl, our World Series. You can't win a world title unless you make it there, and he's been there 4 times. Rowdy Parrott, Mamou, Louisiana. Here you go, Rowdy. 5-1 is going to put him in a split, a 3-way split, 4th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And unfortunately, that's going to bump Brandon Harrison out.
2 to go with Ty Bowerly of Jordanton, Texas, who's 122.50. Was 4.9 yesterday. The number 16 man in the world. Needs to be 5, 6, or faster to advance. It is crowded with 3 5-1s, but quicker than 5 and 6. Give him a shot.
They put him at 27.50, but Cash Rob's already got 5,501, so, and he's yet to go. Go! 5, nope, gonna break the barrier. Got out a hair too quick. So it's no fun for him at all. 15-3.
All right, Cash Rob is next. Now, this guy travels with Stetson Jorgensen, you saw a moment ago. They also haze for each other. How's that work?
Oh, yeah, it makes it awesome. You know, we each know each other's goals and what they like, and it's awesome to see your friends win just as much as you are.
Those winning ways have been outstanding for the both of them, Boyd.
And by the looks of things, before he even makes this run, him and Stetson are making it to the semifinals. So either way, no matter what happens here, Cash has already won enough money to advance, and Stetson won't get bumped anywhere but from 2nd to 3rd. So the two Cowboys will be together in a semifinals. Now the question is, how much is Cash going to win in the Super Series?
That's a big deal. Look how calm this horse is standing.
I was just fixing to say the same thing, Bob. You know that horses matter so much in this competition because you can't make up that difference with a rope. The only thing between that horse and the steer is your body, so you need one of the very best.
He's barely got a hold of the reins right there, and that horse is not grinding his teeth. Ty Erickson standing right beside him. Horse says, I'm not going to get in his way. Well,
one thing they do want to do, though, is they want the left rump of that horse in that back corner and the left shoulder angled toward the pin. The pin on the barrier. There you go.
He hit it hard. Yo, gonna be a 4-6. Did he get out? Did he get out? No.
Oh, he's gonna break it too. But again, no harm, no foul. It's gonna cost him money, yes, but it's not gonna cost him the most important thing, which is advancing. So a 14-6 for Cash Rob. There's a look at the barrier. But this big boy at 5'11", 230, the NFR champion from a year ago, got a lot of athleticism, and he knows how. Now, we're going to get him to jog down there because he's going to get the guitar. But in the meantime, think about what goes through their mind. Running 30 mile an hour to 600-pound steer inside a football field, and you got to tackle him. Harrison going to the nose, and the nose betrayed him. Bowerly with a good toss. Erickson popping up. Don't worry, Ty, you did enough. We're going to see you in the semifinals as well. Cash Rob at 5,500. Holden Myers, the young gun who made it by qualifying from the Fort Bend County Fair. Jorgensen, and now Cash. Show us what you got, buddy. There you go, Cash Rob, the Utah Cowboy. Sawing on that machine. Thank you to Mattress Firm for bringing us the steer wrestling.
It's the ladies and the horse race. Barrel racing is next here at Rodeo Houston.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to check the screens for the answer to the trivia question. The winner will be announced on the 23rd day of March, 2025.
Year of our Lord.
You got it. Hello, pretty people. My goodness, there's Andy's popcorn. Send that bucket up here, if you will, please.
Welcome back to Rodeo Houston. It is going to be a fast horse race tonight in the ladies barrel racing. Right now at the top of the leaderboard here in the Super Series is Abby Phillips, and we actually got to talk to her, and I asked, why did you decide to run your horse Big P at Rodeo Houston this year?
Well, I think Big P is just that type of horse that he kind of rises above in weird setups, and this is a tough setup. I mean, it's out in the middle of nowhere, it's blind, it's a short first barrel, so when there's a setup that's difficult, Big P's who always gets the call.
All right, well, we'll be looking forward to watching Abby and Big P. She'll be the third barrel racer to go. Barrel racing, of course, is proudly presented to our Rodeo Houston fans by S&B Engineers and Constructors. So far, so good. Well, the riding redhead, Emily Beisel, the six-time consecutive NFR qualifier. She and Abby Phillips are in the heat for the number one spot. Chloe Gray and Cassie Mowry, the champion of the world, sitting fourth.
Here's a two-time Rodeo Houston champion to start. Toller, Texas's Jordan Briggs won this rodeo back-to-back as a little sorrel named Rolo gets around the first barrel. She's won $1,750. She needs a little bit more. Can you help her get there? Stop it at a $1,493. She has been super consistent. Now we have to wait and see.
Well, consistency and money earned. If you can put the two of them together, it's all about money on a Super Series number 3, third night. Chloe Gray, Yatesville, Georgia. That's a definite 5-second penalty.
Oh.
That is equally definite for 10 seconds. She could have got all 3, but I guess she didn't want a free pizza. Oh my goodness. 25-45. Just throw the record book away.
One thing to hit one, but wow. Ouch. Okay, the aforementioned Abby Phillips of Marshall, Texas. She's made her choice on the horse. They won the first round with a 1471. 1489 last night. Left-hand barrel first. Hard running sorrel horse. Around the second. Did I tell you she's from Texas? Come on, Abby Phillips. Sweet. 1493 will tie her with Jordan Briggs for the number 1 spot. Oh, excuse me. It's a 1509. My apologies. 1509.
Weatherford, Oklahoma, and Emily Beisel. She won the last round with a 14:58. The number 6 cowgirl in the world. Over $1.5 million won. The Palomino horse gets past the third. Now it's just a foot race. 14:76. She's now at the top.
Boy, that lady. It doesn't matter what horse she's riding. She just rides so well.
Yeah, Boyd, I completely agree. Emily Beisel, she is an amazing hand, a horsewoman. She handled Chewy around all 3 barrels just perfectly. And we heard Abby Phillips talk about it in the beginning. It's a difficult setup. Look at this first barrel. It's really shallow. You cannot see that barrel when you're running up this alleyway right until you get to it. Chewy's a super tourney, really awesome little mare, but Emily Beisel can ride some of the best of them. Right now we're going to take a look at Emily Beisel and Jordan Briggs. You can see Emily had quite a lead going into that first barrel. Then they kind of get back in time coming out of the first. Emily's still quite a bit ahead going into the second, still here. Chewy wraps that second barrel. Rolo knows the setup so well as well, and they go in here to the third barrel. And Chewy and Emily Beisel just continued to stay in the lead throughout this entire run. Completely different angles running home back into that alleyway, and it made all the time difference. That 14:76. Emily Beisel, she's going to be moving on to the semifinals, but we still have 4 great barrel racers left to go, including the GOAT, Cassie Mowry. She's coming up in this set.
Thank you, Janie. Let's go to Tiani Schuster from Texas. Oh, babe. This big horse got a lot of charge in him as we're going to run at it. She run a 15.3 and a 14.9. You got to be in that 14 marking. She could do this. She's from Texas. Oh, great support. You. 14.89. That's her best run out of 3.
Getting faster each and every time, fellas.
Yeah, that's good enough for second. All right, Miss Carly, it's time, young lady. Carly Otero, her husband's a past champion of this rodeo. She's a former reserve champion of the world. She's had a rough go of it the first 2 rounds. She's from Perrin, Texas. And if you want to help a young lady have some good luck, start talking right now. 15-12 will be the best run of the week for Carly.
Up in barrel racer land, we like to call Cassie Mowry the GOAT because she is the greatest of all time. She is the winningest barrel racer in history. She's won more money training futurity horses. She's our reigning world champion. And Jarvis, this horse has been absolutely incredible for years. And Cassie Mowry comes in here, sets Jarvis up perfect for that first barrel. They snap right around it. Cassie, one of the best jockeys in the business. She stays so square around every barrel. As she gets to that third, let's cheer her on. We need to get a big check if we want to move on. And a 14.69. Cassie Mowry moves into that number 1 spot because of barrels like this, just so smooth, and smooth is always fast.
Yeah, she's The reigning world champion, so no surprise there. Let's go to another top futurity horse trainer. This is Latricia Duke, the cowgirl from Zephyr, Texas. Won $82,000 at the National Finals Rodeo. Gunning for that 1469. She's been in the 14.8s. Ooh, 14.99. It's going to put her fifth in the round, but it should, no, she's going to be edged out by $250. Wow. You talk about close.
It is a game of inches. Once the flag drops and the time starts, you want to get as close as possible without knocking those barrels down. Just like that. Go right by them, turn around, and then let the throttle go wide open as you ride back home and stop the clock just like this Okie. Emily Beisel at the top with $5,500, followed by Cassie, Abby, and Jordan. And here is the riding redhead, the champ of Super Series number 3. She is rocking out on the arena floor. Congratulations to Emily, and thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors.
You like watching the ladies compete in professional rodeo? Well, let's bring you another cowgirl competition. The Breakaway Roping, sponsored by Oxy. You rope the calf, your rope breaks away from your saddle horn. Whoever does it the fastest wins the most. So far, it's been all about Willow Wilson from Wyoming. There's a little alliteration for you with the W. Willow Wilson of Wyoming, 250 ahead of Aspen Miller, Brady Good, and then Martha Angeloni. So we start with Cheyenne McCartney of Kingston, Oklahoma. Texas A&M grad, past champion of Fort Worth. She's won the American Royal. Yes! Nice start. And again, when you're in the third round of the Super Series and you're first to go, Andy and Bob, your job is to put heat, pressure on the rest of the field. She just did that.
Boy, did that horse park it, Boyd. I mean, that'll save you a lot of time right there if your horse has got a good stop. Let's work our way into Aspen Miller and see what you can do to do the same or better. This is the number 2 lady in the world, San Antonio's champion. She left over there with $23,000 and a graduate of Sam Houston State University. How about that, guys? 310. Now we're picking up the pace.
Sometimes when you get on a roll, everything just seems so easy. Smooth it is for Aspen. Abilene, Texas is Brady Good. Qualified to the national finals a couple of years ago. Last year's champion at the Dodge City Roundup. She's been 3-4 and 3-6. Just over $2,000. See if we can get one more check. Tight loop.
This will be tough to keep doing, folks. Oh, did she break it? She broke the barrier. Trying to be 2-9. It'll turn into a 12-9 for Miss Brady. Going to a Bryan, Texas World Finals qualifier. This is Donnell Jones. No time on her first run. Bounced back with the 3-9 on her second, but that was only good enough for a 6th place finish. So she's gunning for first. 3 flat or faster is what Miss Donnell is trying to get done. And 5-3 is effective. It works in the pasture, but it's not going to be enough to get her the money she needs to advance.
Last night I said she's swinging that rope slow and easy. Get some fire behind it. She did when she made the final reach. Whoa, babe. Whoa, babe. WWW. We can do this, Willow Wilson. Look at that. You talk about confidence, calm, cool, and collected. Andy, the lady has been 3-4, 3-3. The lady could do this again. She won the first round.
I'm sorry, Bob. When you said WWW, I thought you were logging on to AOL.
Oh, he's going to watch a wrestling tournament.
She's won $4,000. Cowboy State Cowgirl. But the loop does not go over the head of the calf, so it will be a no time in the first stumble for Willow.
She's still sitting there with 4,001, so she's solid as a rock. I don't think it's possible to bump her to fifth. Sitting there at 4,000 in second place, and I don't think there's enough contestants left to bump her down to fifth. Unfortunate for that run, though. Let's go now to Josie Connor, the #1 ranked breakaway roper in the world. The cowgirl that won Fort Worth. Oh, her horse set up on her, anticipated the throw. So sometimes when you go to throw your rope, you'll stand up in your stirrups and lean forward a little bit. And when she does that, she's going to stand up in her stirrups, lean forward, and her horse is going to anticipate the throw. So he kind of stops a little bit on her. She has to whip him back up to get in a position to make it work. 4 and 8. And that's going to cost her. She's outside the top 4 right now for the #1 hand in the world.
All right, it leaves a pair of Angeloni ladies. This is Sister Sarah, Lipan, Texas. You're looking at the 2022 World Champion all-around cowgirl of the WPRA. Gotta be 3 flat, Sarah. She started swinging the minute she nodded. She knew it. Got to take the cut at him when that's the only cut you got.
So Sarah, or Martha, needs to win $625. So that means right now, 3-1-3-4-4-8-5-3. I think if she's faster than 5-3, she's going to do it.
I think you're right. I mean, I'm not doing anybody's taxes, so don't call me on April 15th, but
I am no CPA either, but doing some quick math, in order to win $750, she'd have to be faster than 5-3. That would give her $2,750, and it would bump Cheyenne McCartney out of the top 4.
And that young lady wearing that gold buckle that says, in 2022, no one did it better than her. 5 trips to the national finals. She's number 24 in the world. Just a clean catch. Oh, no. It will not go on for Martha, and both the Angeloni sisters will exit Rodeo Houston. Give the world champ a little love, if you will. No time.
Well, as you look at the confidence, just as you nod, not knowing where your loop is going to go, that's the preferred way to do it. Reaching out, clean catch. That's the bell collar catch, and there's the ribbon when it breaks loose of the saddle horn. Thinking about it, could have been, should have been. Aspen Miller, nice paycheck at $67.50. Willow Wilson, Brady Good, and the girls, look at this. Aspen. I think she could make the band tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been the Breakaway Roping, brought to you by Oxy.
Oh boy, we have got the bovine loaded. Bull riders are up next.
See those busy men and women working the gates and setting up equipment? Let's say thank you to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our arena crew.
I want you to go to the fan zone, section 103 and 124. It's provided by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Your favorite cowboys, cowgirls are there. Get an autograph, take a selfie. Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
I'm here with Dean Thompson, your world champion, and now your Rodeo Houston Super Series champion. And Dean Thompson, I wanted to know, what does your warm-up routine look like every time you get on?
So for me, the warm-up is get there as late as humanly possible, go completely frantic, you know, get some movement in, take my arm, and by the time I'm back here, they're ready for me to nod my head. I think that keeps the stress off. Yeah, keeps me aggressive.
Well, and of course, bareback riding is one of the most physically demanding events in rodeo. How important is your health to help you get that world championship and the win here at Houston?
Oh, it's so important. I mean, we're in the gym every single day. We're at rehab at Sports Med. You know, they're working on us. They have massage therapists and PT people back there. Maintaining your health is so critical, and our career is so short, so we try and prolong it as much as we can by staying fit.
Well, all that hard work is paying off. Congratulations, Dean Thompson, and thanks to our friends at Houston Methodist.
We are in NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. For those of you that might have just joined us on any television network, but it is time for the final rodeo event of the night, talking about bull riding. And it's brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim. All right, we're down for the fight for the money. Trevor Rice, this could be the man of the night. I don't want to predict it. I want him to ride 3 in a row, and he's got to be 86.5 or better. Oh, I bet he could do it. I'm betting on him. Any way you want to look at it, guys. Those are bull riders. These are bull fighters.
And let's meet them. On the left, the greatest of all time. There's no argument. 15-time NFR bullfighter, that is Dusty Tuckness. In the center, from the great state of Wyoming, another national finals bullfighter, Nate Justice. And on the right of your screen, the young gun, the fastest man on cleats, Bo Sheets.
And of course, the man in the middle, it is 10-time NFR barrelman from Soper, Oklahoma. Welcome, Mr. John Harrison.
Yeah. Houston, are you ready to ride some bulls? Let's rodeo.
To the chutes we go with Waxahachie's Maverick Potter. The number 9 man in the world rode one last night for 83.5. He's got a bull named after Spider-Man's everyday name, Peter Parker. Whoa! What a red fucking bull. That young bull from Generations Pro Rodeo means business. Wow.
Yeah, 5 of the 8 bulls are from Generation. 3 of them are from Bailey Rodeo Company. Binion Survey, your stock contractor of record, is going to lease livestock from a multitude of different companies. You saw a lot of Calgary bucking horses tonight. In order to make sure every time you sit down, you've got something you want to watch. Well, I can guarantee you right now, you've got something you want to watch. His name is Trey Benton III. He is the number 4 ranked bull rider in the world from Richards, Texas. 13 years ago, he was a rookie. Today, at age 33, he's a 7-time NFR qualifier. He won 2nd in the first round, so he's won some money. Now he wants to win some more. Rawhide Magic. Oh, too far in the well. So the direction that a bull spins is considered the well. And as a cowboy, if you know a bull's going to the right, sometimes you might get a little ahead of that bull and get down into the well. And that's what happened at TB3. It's not a good place to be because that horn comes around that direction every jump. I'm just glad he got out of there unscathed.
Woo, that's scary. All right, let's go to a Southeast Circuit champion bull twister with 4 trips to Las Vegas behind him. This bull is 19-5. 74% buck off. I'm going to say that's to his favor.
He's only one out of every 4 guys that tries to ride him does.
Let's be that guy tonight, Dustin Bouquet. Borg, Louisiana, watching on the Cowboy Channel in your potties. They be having a little shrimp feed, cold beer, and a good time. Every night, Saturday night in Louisiana.
They need their Cajun cowboy to do it tonight. Yet to ride a bull, so no money won for Dustin Bouquet.
Look at Ben Anderson right there. There's your champion guitar winning bronc rider helping him.
So he's going to have to re-pull and start over with this process. There he is warming the handhold. There's rosin on that handhold, so he runs his hand back and forth to warm the rosin up and make it a little bit sticky. Okay, now he's going to place his pinky right along the spine of that bull to the right-hand side because he's riding right-handed. Then he's going to pull it to his desired tightness. Bring it back across his palm. Usually they go behind the wrist now. And at this point, it's the bull rider's option. Some guys twist the rope to be able to hold it tighter. Some guys will tuck it between their ring finger and their pinky. He did not do that. As Bob pointed out, the Cajuns bend to the show. This is a nasty little dude right here. Cool.
Attitude, boy. He's got an attitude.
That could be an abyss. That bucket chute could be an abyss.
They say this bull is named after the owner, co-pilot down.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't want to know the rest of the story.
I don't either.
We'll probably get fired.
I could come up with some ideas that might suggest, but I'm not going to go there.
Okay, now he's had to pull him twice. Dusty Tuckness is... They're trying to figure out what the bull is. Bending and serving, just wanting him to get out of there. John Harrison. John, can you hear us?
I can hear you, buddy.
Oh, you look so clean and proper tonight. Your makeup is just a little off.
Thank you. That's a compliment from you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
John, what would your recommendation be?
For him to hurry up. If he don't hurry up, his clothes are going to go out of style. That's my advice. Nod your head.
That's slow now. That's why he's the Triple Crown winner, Entertainer of the Year, Bouquet. Oh, trouble.
Run, Forrest, run!
Now, Boyd, you might see why he didn't take that pinky tuck. If he knew he was going to need to get out of there.
Yeah, but he needed to run, Forrest, run, or he was going to get it in the buttocks. Oh, bullfighters. Yeah, looking right where you don't. Whoa! You almost got to see his buttocks.
That is the definition of too close for comfort. So here's the story of the bull riding tonight. Trevor Rice of Linden, Iowa. He is used to big moments. One of my favorite moments ever with this guy came in Estes Park, Colorado last year. There were over 70 bull riders at the rooftop rodeo. He was the last guy to go, the only guy to ride, and he won $18,000 for 8 seconds of work.
He was the only guy to ride out of 70. Now, folks, I talked about him in the open, and he said he had to ride well because his wife spent all his money on Houston merchandise.
All right, Andy, I don't know if we got time to go back to your whole deal again about Trevor Rice, but hey, you got my attention. He was the only guy out of 70 to ride at the rooftop roundup.
That's right. But if he rides this bull, it keeps his chances of sweeping the Super Series alive. Mr. Gardner the Bull, the man in black, wants to put himself on the map. He is 3 for 3.
Folks, he has just ridden 3 bulls in a row. And the tradition of tackling John's barrel continues. How about this? The highest marked ride of the series, 87 points for Trevor Rice.
You know, it makes you feel good to see somebody do great. He loves to do that to John Harrison every night. Look at that smile. Give it to him one more time, Houston. Give it to him.
Okay, now you got to be the guy that follows that. Jason Rosclair, Chauvin, Louisiana. Okay, folks, this is a young bull. All right, you know, bulls, you'll start bucking maybe late 3, early age 4. And then some of them will buck until they're 12, 13 years of age. And usually the older a bull gets, the more he gets used to just the grind of rodeo, right? Well, this one is younger, so he's like a college kid. Sometimes they go to the library. Sometimes they go to the nightclub. You don't necessarily know which kid you're going to get. So he's trying to figure this bull out just like the rest of us are, because none of us have seen much of this bull in the past.
Red
68 points in an earlier round to get 1,000.
All right, but not hooked.
That bull faked him out.
He might be young.
He's going to get dizzy. If he gets dizzy, he'll fall down. Watch.
Spin the other way, bull. All right. Yo! Hip to hip. It sent him flying.
Oh, whenever that happens, it's like Christmas for me. Hey, John.
Yes.
Hey, John.
Sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm good. What just happened?
You just got thumped.
I love it. Can we leave him out here for the calf scramble?
No. The answer is no.
That would make the calf scramble a bit more interesting, though.
I agree.
All right, Coy. Let's get her done. This bull's got an 85%. Oh. Just went to 86%, buck off.
Woo! We're into the Bailey Bulls now. The first 5 were generation. Now, they told you this bull's going to go to the left in the latch. And boy, did he ever. When Bob did the research on this bull, he looked at me tonight and said, boy, he's going to go left in the latch. Now, sometimes that means they take a jump out and turn back to the left. But this bull quite literally turned back to the left the minute the gate opened up.
22-year-old Luke Casey Morris has not ridden a bull yet here at Rodeo Houston, but he's got a bull from Bailey called Unjustified that the last 3 times this bull has been out, they have made a qualified ride on. Wasey Shala was 88 points on this bull here this year, and he doesn't need that. He only needs $2,000 if he wants to beat Jay Strauss-Clair and move on, so just make it to the whistle.
Well, we've thumped him pretty hard, stretched him out. You talk about getting knocked out and your eyes are still open. It's only been about 24 hours since that happened. He got up, got out of there.
Yeah, you're going to see him in our hard luck moments later tonight. So remember this guy's name when we get to hard luck moments.
There it is, Boyd. He just took a twist and dropped it between his pinky and the forefinger. Woo, woo, woo. That's locked in.
That means he believes.
I want to reshape his hat.
I'm trying to get him off from him. He's kind of pushing up against the gate.
A little more bronc in it.
He's riding a bull.
I like that.
When he's done, I'll have time. Luke, get out of there. Let's ride a bull, buddy.
You know you're going to be tough when you're named after a boot, right? So.
In the business, Luke. Go, let's go.
John's talking to him. Luke Casey now, outside foot. That bull left here like he'd done something wrong.
Well, that bull left here like he knew what he was doing. He's like, okay, give me a second. I'm going to buck this guy off and then open the gate because I want to go home. So here's another look at that. Turning back into the left, into Luke Casey Morris's hand. Turns back to the right. Said, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Show me the out gate.
All right, would the real Clayton Sellers please stand up? Ride this bull and you advance. That's right, you ride this bull, you're going to finish no worse than second. That's $2,000 and you move on.
And he won just a month ago the oldest and most prestigious rodeo in Florida. The Silver Spurs Rodeo in Kissimmee celebrated their 154th year, and this guy was 86 points to win that rodeo. You want Rookie of the Year? Sellers. There you go, buddy. The real one showed up, Andy. The real Clayton Sellers showed up. Nice save by Nate Justice. Tucked this with a hug. And now the Bulls taking a victory lap. Let's take a look at this ride. Starts into his hand and then turns back to the right on the left-handed bull rider. Requires great balance, but that should be enough to get him to a semifinal. It will. 83 points is going to be enough to get Clayton onto the semifinals at Rodeo Houston.
Pretty interesting night for the bull riding. Pull that glove on, lock that hand in, not knowing where the young bull's going. Oh, did he have a good night? I'm talking about the bull. Hip to hip. Let you out of there. Woo! Watch out! Ooh, that's a little too close to your spine. They rode him twice.
And that is Trevor Rice sweeping a Super Series for the first time in a year and a half and celebrating with his linebacker tackle on John Harrison. Rice, Potter, Sellers, and Benton, they're all moving on to semifinals. But Trevor is going to get the guitar, and he's going to get mugged at the same time. John Harrison's going to whip him with his own guitar. The first sweep at Rodeo Houston. Rock and Roll Denim brought you the bull riding.
Up next,
what do you say? It's Calf Scramble time, sponsored by Transocean. Tonight we want you to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have the chance to compete in the Super Scramble on March 23rd. Let's join Andy and Janie to meet tonight's contestants.
Thank you, Boyd. We are prepared and ready to go for the 9th time. There are 20 young ladies and 10 young men, all in 4-H and FFA. They're going to try to catch a calf. But Janie had a few extra moments to spend a little time with them. What do you know, Janie?
Andy, we've got a lot of confidence coming from this group. A lot of scramblers that have been there and done that, caught their calf, and they're ready to do it again here at Rodeo Houston. We even have a state champion offensive lineman in football. So keep your eye out for that. It's going to be an awesome night in the calf scramble. Let's kick it off with Sydney Colazzo,
Mackenzie Wilson,
Sophie Hebert,
Austin Simmons,
Isaiah Spool,
Emma Francis,
Lauren Hare,
Lua Green,
Lillian Pipkin,
Lila Graves,
Abigail Quintana,
Julia Thomas,
Hayden Richards,
Jude Cardenas,
Mackenzie Gracia,
Joseph Manganea,
Joseph Chappell,
Zoe Parrish,
Cooper Walters,
Nolan Lacrone,
Kadreen Snell,
Stratton Pickles,
Cullen Katak,
Cooper Moss,
Audrey Parsons,
Claire Groder,
Lillian Williams,
Carly Williams,
Casey Cooper,
and Emma Morrow. Give it up for the Scramblers for the 9th time here in 2025. It is worth noting that each and every time we come down for the Calf Scramble, we have a couple of individuals that make sure everything goes as planned. First, our Calf Scramble gate openers. Please welcome here with us tonight, boxing and breakdancing Olympians Josh Edwards and Jeffrey Lewis. Our Calf Scramble starter will be the one to tell our kids when it's time to go catch one. They will drop the hat in doing so. Please welcome track and field silver medalist Shelby McEwen. We will swing the gate open so the calves can come up the alleyway towards the middle box. They make their way to the center. There are 15 calves, 30 kids trying to catch. Who will it be on night number 9? And away we go. Let's catch one.
And they're off. We've got a need for speed tonight in the Calf Scramble. Getting an early start is key. A lot of these kids, they've been there, done that. They've got the experience, but the nerves still get you every time. Wow, did you just see that tackle? Number 17, right there. He was impressive. Joseph Chappell. He is a determined young man.
I'm trying not to look him dead in the eye so I don't get run over. Oh boy.
Be safe out there, Andy.
Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm glad they didn't turn the bull out. We've got a few that have captured their calves. Now they have to put the halter on. There is number 15, Mackenzie Garcia, Chambers County 4-H. She is using her teeth to make sure she opens that halter up.
Hey, whatever it takes. You can see right there, that's Austin Simmons. He enjoys fishing. This is a little bit faster paced than the usual fishing trip, but he's got his calf, and he's gonna slowly ease on that halter. And a lot of these kids have experience with livestock. They know how to get the halter on right and handle it, and Austin's making it look easy.
There is number 15 again, Mackenzie Garcia. We've got the halter on one. That is number 23, Cullen Katak of Flatonia FFA. There's number 16, Joseph Manganilla of Prosper FFA. We're starting to prosper in the calf scramble.
Let's go, Joseph Manganilla. He shows steers and goats, and now we just crossed the line in the calf scramble. Number 15 again, Mackenzie Garcia. I talked to her ahead of time, and she is all business. She was focused when she just showed up here to NRG Stadium.
All right, Joseph, we can see by your t-shirt you got the entire calf scramble experience. Were you able to prepare for this?
No, this is my first time ever doing this, and I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad for bringing me down here.
First time ever, and you catch in the calf scramble. Are you going to bring a steer or heifer back?
I'm bringing a steer back to the show.
All right, what kind of steer is it going to be?
A Maine au jus.
Maine au jus for the main man, catching on night number 9. Give it up for Joseph Manganilla, Prosper FFA.
Gotta love that, Andy. And you see number 22 right there? He's got his calf haltered. That is Stratton Pickles, maybe the coolest name by far here in the calf scramble. And we just have a few feet left to go. Come on, Houston, help him. His first calf scramble, and he's also an accomplished songwriter. So what a well-rounded young kid.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know Pickles could be a last name, but I love it. That is number 17, Joseph Chappell, also of Prosper FFA.
I asked Joseph, if he does anything outside of FFA. He says he just likes to work out. And that's going to pay off. That calf got away, but he's going to catch one.
That's number 11, Abigail Quintana of Summer Creek FFA.
Abigail raises goats, and her favorite movie is Little Rascals.
That's a great movie. Who's your favorite little rascal?
His calf's a little rascal right now, Andy.
Yes, he is. I could not agree more, JD. That's number 18, Zoe Parrish of Waller County 4-H.
Zoe's on the varsity volleyball team, and she's about got this halter on this calf. Andy, we've seen it every night. You've got to get that halter on properly because it doesn't stay on it otherwise. But she's getting close. She's having to really stretch and make it work, but we're almost there.
Well, if you don't tighten it down in the correct fashion, it'll slide right back off, and you got to start all over again. What a program this is. You know, the great thing about our calf scramble is once you catch a calf, you begin a year-long educational journey for all of our Texas 4-H and FFA exhibitors. Like number 1, for instance, Sydney Colazzo. She would love the opportunity to get a purchase certificate for a steer or heifer by making an official catch. The rodeo has awarded over $21 million in certificates and prizes to more than 24,300 students since it all began back in 1942. Raising an animal teaches them life skills such as the responsibility for caring for a living animal, financial accountability, record keeping, decision making, and communications as they keep in touch with their donors throughout this entire process. They will also develop self-confidence and practical abilities needed to show their steer or heifer in front of a judge during a fall progress show, and then when they return to present their animal at the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. There is a catch for number 13, Hayden Richards of Cold Spring FFA. Janie, we only have a few left out there.
I know, Andy, this is a tough event, but from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine are standing by to take care of any injuries to our competitors. And it can get pretty wild out there in the calf scramble, but we are getting it done tonight. As you take a look at this young cowgirl, she's about got this calf caught, and we're about to wrap things up.
Got that halter on. She's trying to adjust it. Her and this bald-faced calf have gone round and round, but she's got the entire section in the southwest corner behind her. That is Zoe Parrish of Waller County 4-H, and she ain't quitting.
She is hanging on. That is one tough kid right there in the calf scramble. It is a battle out there in NRG Arena.
Do not let go, Zoe. Houston is behind you all the way. Just a few more steps. Way to go, Zoe!
Absolutely amazing. These kids, they are so tough. You can try to prepare for this event, but it is not easy at all. But you can see we've almost got one caught right over here. Getting that halter on. And this is a dream come true for a lot of these kids to catch this calf right here in the stadium.
There are so many stories of young men and women who have caught a calf and then had an opportunity to show one that would not have been afforded to them unless they caught a calf in the calf scramble. Zoe, you are one of those, and we love that you are now in the calf scramble history books. Congratulations. That's number 25, Audrey Parsons of Tatum FFA. She gets that halter on, tightens it up. We have just a few more to get inside the box. Now it'll be number 24, Cooper Moss, San Jacinto County 4-H. He has that halter handy.
Yeah, and Andy, as we get to this point in the calf scramble, it can be pretty exhausting. You have been running all over the stadium, covering a lot of ground, but man, is it exciting when you get that calf caught and it starts a year-long journey for these kids.
Could not agree more. Hold on, whoop, whoop. Keep the halter on, don't let go. All right, Coop. Once he puts that halter on, he will cross the line, come back in the box. All eyes on Cooper Moss. Janie, were you ever in the calf scramble?
You know, Andy, I wasn't, because I don't think I was tough enough to handle what these kids go through to catch these calves, but also the responsibility that comes afterwards. Like you said, it's a journey.
Oh, yes, it is. Had a couple of calf scrambles in my backyard. Thank God the gate was closed. All right. See Coop putting that halter on. Got to go over the nose as he takes the slack out of it. There you go. Now he will pull that lead rope. Oh, oh, oh. That calf's listening to me. He shouldn't do that. There you go. You got it, Coop.
You know, Andy, one thing we see each and every night is these calf scramblers, they're all kind of cheering each other on. This is a real camaraderie event for these kids. They'll make lifelong friends as they all take care of these calves together.
There is a very large sense of community as they all watch. Let's be honest, they are cheering him on, but if he lets go, they will be ready too.
A little friendly competition, never hurt anybody. That's okay. There's Zoe. She can just rest easy.
Yes, she can. She is the sweetheart of the southwest corner of NRG Stadium as Cooper Moss gets across the line. That is your calf scramble on night number 9. Thank you to Transocean for bringing us the calf scramble.
It's what you all have been waiting for. Mutton Bustin'. Next on our agenda. It's brought to you by HEB, and it's hosted by 2 former Mutton Busters, Andy Seiler and Janie Johnson.
You are exactly right, and we're on the comeback tour. We're not letting those losses in the chuck wagon race bother us.
No, that's what makes us the Mutton Masters. We are focused, the bullfighters are ready. More importantly, these kids are ready. It's gonna be a lot of fun, Andy. Let's get it started.
We will start with Isaiah Abuscal of Pasadena, Texas. Go, Isaiah!
Kicked off the Mutton Bustin' in a big way with a big-time ride. Good job, Isaiah. Wave to the crowd.
Magnolia's Ambry Arterburn.
She loves the barrel racing. She loves Rodeo Houston. Made a great ride, and I love those white cowgirl boots.
Eshell Baker of Montgomery, Texas. Loves Mutton Bustin' and wants to own a hotel.
Love some good hospitality, and look at this ride. Wow. They had to go catch her sheep. She was just going to keep going.
Way to go, Eshell. Rylan Bloomer of Cypress, Texas. Hold on, Rylan.
Rylan wants to be a country singer. You're in the right place.
Rosenberg's Carson Herrera. 5-year-old Carson loves bareback riding and eating corn dogs. This is how you get started, Carson, right here.
Oh, and we're hanging on. Came off that left side. We're up. We're feeling good, Houston. Congratulations.
6-year-old James Lilly of Houston, Texas wants to be a firefighter. Come on, James.
One tough cowboy right there, tucked and rolled, and made a great ride.
Taking over to El Paso with 5-year-old Max Pablos. Max loves bull riding and loves horses. All right, Max, here we go.
There we go, Max. Way to tough it out.
Well, if you're looking for somebody to go get snacks with, Peyton Schultz loves fried cheesecake. 5-year-old Peyton.
He's got good taste in snacks. And wow, look at those sparkly pants, that sparkly belt. Looking good, cowgirl. Let's go.
5-year-old Oliver Fiesel. Houston native who loves eating chips and seeing the sheep.
Ooh, and Andy, that sheep had a tough go right out of the chute. Way to hang on. Good ride.
Sabrina Gill of A-Town, Texas. 6-year-old Sabrina wants to be a doctor. Favorite event is Mutton Bustin'.
One smart girl, and here we go on the Mutton Bustin'. Way to make it through.
Take you over to Spring, Texas, and Riley Goodwin, 6-year-old Riley, wants to be a teacher. Oh boy, we gotta go the other way. Now we got him lined out.
Taking a quick detour here. Awesome pink boots, and wow, look at that, Andy. That is what you call effort and try. That's what we like to see. Way to go.
It was a little unconventional, but it worked. Addison Hanna of Houston, Texas. 5-year-old Addison.
We like the fried Oreos here, and we made a great ride in the Mutton Bus. Ooh, she's happy. Wave to the crowd. Wave to your fans.
Quick commute over to Katy, Texas with Emily Brinkmeyer. 6-year-old Emily.
She wants to be a police girl when she grows up, and look at how tough she is. Good ride all the way to the end, and we're happy about it.
Here is Owen Rhodes, 5-year-old, loves bull riding. Go Owen!
Also wants to be a police officer. Maybe we can have a police force here in Mutton Bus.
We could, but we're going to finish it with a dance teacher in the making. Eleanor Williams, a 5-year-old Houstonian, loves barrel racing. Eleanor, you're now a part of the rodeo.
And the pretty cowgirl in pink, awesome sparkly boots. Good ride.
We have done this 9 times, and it is another great night for our Mutton Busted competition. As you see our lineup, each and every one of our contestants is going to get a gold medal for being here with us, along with a back number that has their name on it to commemorate their ride. But there is one that rode a little bit farther, did it a little bit better, and our championship chat happens now with Janie.
Eshell Baker, our champion tonight in the Mutton Busting in the beautiful pink shirt. Eshell, how did you practice for the mutton busting tonight?
I just believe in myself.
I love that. And everyone here in this crowd, they believed in you too. What are you wanting to be whenever you grow up? it's a tough decision, you know, what you want to be when you grow up. But right now, you're our champion in the mutton busting. What are you going to do with that pretty buckle that you're going to win? Show us that buckle. Show the crowd. Show the crowd. That's right. She's our champion in the mutton busting. Eshell Baker. HEB presents us Todd Scott with this beautiful buckle. Congratulations, Houston. Let's hear it for our champion.
And thank you to HEB for sponsoring our mutton busting.